Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you the game from the 7th round of the World Chess Olympiad 2024. Again, I'm doing this recap from home because I didn't do this in Budapest. So in the 7th round, we played against a strong team, a team of Brazil. I played against Juliana Terao. She's a FIDE master and she's also a women international master. And this is not our first game. I mean, I played against Juliana many years ago. I played against her in 2010 during the World Chess Olympiad in Khanty-Mansiysk, Russia. I also played with white pieces, and 14 years ago I managed to make a draw. This time, unfortunately, I lost, so I'm going to tell you the result immediately. Yes, I lost that game. That was a tough game. Probably not so exciting as we had our game in 2010. So I'm going to show you how we played this time. So I played with white pieces, and of course I started with c4. c4, e6. And I decided to play knight f3. Although when she played knight f6, I regretted a little bit that I didn't play knight c3, because after knight c3, knight f6, I usually play e4, and we have McKenna-Scarl's variation. This is a line in the English opening which I like very much, because I have quite good results, especially in online chess. Of course, in OTB chess it's different, but I really like this setup. And but when you play knight f3, you cannot get the same position. So I played knight f3. She played knight f6. Continued with e3, d5, knight c3. She played b6. I decided to continue with b3, a6, bishop b2, bishop d6. I played d4, bishop b7. I played queen c2. Not so sure about this queen c2 move. Also, this is this is not the first line, but this is still a third line of the computer. It's funny because I played something similar when I participated in the World Team Rapid and Blitz Chess Championship in Astana this year, and I played this opening. I played this type of position against Hu Yifan, and it's funny that I can that I have such experience playing against one of the strongest women in the world, Hu Yifan. And now I can now I can tell you that I have this experience that I played it against her. So okay, I played queen c2. She played knight b to d7, bishop d3, and she took d takes c4. Well, when you make this analysis, this recap after 1 month, it's right now it's a little bit difficult for me to remember exactly why I decided to take with bishop and not with pawn. But I think that the reason is the following. Maybe after b takes c4, I didn't really like move c5, and I didn't want to play with central but hanging pawns. For example, well, you can make a bad move like castle at this point, and then black will play c takes d4, and if you take with e takes d4, not only you have this hanging pawns in the center of the board, but black can also play bishop takes f3, g takes f3, and then you have a lot of problems. So of course it is possible to take with knight, but then you have this weakness. The c4 pawn is going to be a real weakness, I believe, for white pieces. If you don't castle, but if you play, I don't even know. Computer is saying that d5 is possible to play, but you need to calculate this continuation really well. For example, d5, c takes d5, c takes d5, and apparently knight takes d5 is a bad move, because here after knight takes d5 and bishop takes d5, you play bishop e4, for example, and well, you put some pressure. Well, it's not a pressure, but you black needs to decide what to do with his bishop to take. If black takes, queen takes, then queen e7 is not possible because rook will be hanging on a8. I have a very good bishop on this diagonal, so this is a very good position for white. No problems. We will just make a draw, put the rooks in the center on the central files, and position will be good. But if black doesn't take on d5 and play, for example, b5, you need to be really careful. And apparently I didn't even think, I guess, about d5 move. And well, I don't know, probably something like this can be played. And then you have these hanging pawns. And I didn't want to play, I guess I didn't want to play this type of position. That's why after d takes c4, I decided to play bishop takes c4. c5 was played immediately. And I played rook d1. Not very good move, according to the engine. C takes d4, and right now I believe if you take with pawns, then black can again think about bishop takes f3, and if black plays this move, look at all my pawns. Yeah, I have some space, maybe I can put my rook on the g file, but pawn structure is really bad. So I guess this is the reason why I didn't take with pawn. If you take with knight, you also need to be careful. You need to calculate if bishop takes g2 is possible or not. Probably not really possible, because bishop takes g2, bishop takes g2, rook g1, and then pawn on g7 will be hanging. But still, queen c7, for example, can be played, some knight e5 move, and yeah, black will have these bishops, but black will have these bishops anyway. So I decided to play with rook. Although now when I look at this, position, it looks it looks quite strange to me when you have to take on d4 with your rook, not with your pawn or with your knight. So queen c7 was played. I played e4 in order not to let black play b5. Black castled. And now the best move here is rook h4. I think I was thinking about this move, but I still had some doubts if it is a good idea to put your rook on the h file. So I didn't play this move, but I already felt that I may have some problems on the c file, because look at that. My queen is on c2, it is not protected, and I have two minor pieces here. And black can play b5 at some point, or black can play bishop b4, putting pressure on this knight on c3, and then b5 can be played. And then I will have problems, because I will not be able to move away my pieces, because my queen on c2 is not protected. I play h3. In fact, when I looked at this move before, creating this video, I was like, what for h3? I cannot explain exactly why I played h3 right now. Don't know exactly why I played this move. Maybe it was better to play, well, at least computer is recommending, okay, rook h4, but there are some other normal moves like bishop e2, bishop d3. Maybe bishop d3 is not that great, because you block the way back for your rooks, but bishop c2 maybe it can be considered, because by playing here you protect your knight, and even if b5 is played, then you have time. You can probably take or not take, and then you can put your queen somewhere else. So yeah, bishop e2 looks like a normal move. I played h3, rook a to c8, Now there is even more pressure, more tension, yes, on the c-file. I finally castled. I think that at this moment I really didn't care if black takes on f3 or doesn't take on f3, because at least I will you know, exchange my knight for this very good bishop, and seems like there is no checkmate, but one strong piece, minor piece of black, you know, will disappear from the board. So I didn't mind if that is going to happen. But she played knight e5, and now, yes, now there is a real threat. Black wants to take on f3, or also black puts pressure on this bishop on c4. If I take, then bishop takes on e5, rook is hanging, and again some b5, move like b5 is possible later. So I didn't take, and I played knight e1. It looks really passive, and it is always like this. It always looks passive when you move your pieces back. And I think that at this moment I was afraid, I was expecting black to play bishop b4. I don't even remember right now what I was planning to play after this move. Because what black wants to do, black wants to take my knight. If bishop takes or queen takes, b5 is going to be played. And then, as I said, you know, there will be this pin on the c file, and I will lose material. I will lose maybe a minor piece. I don't even remember what I was planning to play at this moment. Something like bishop a1 is recommended, but the position is already tough for me. Black played bishop c5, and when black played this move, I remember that I didn't expect, because I think I expected bishop b4, if I remember correctly, and I thought, well, okay. And I played rook d1. I thought that, okay, at least b5 is not a threat anymore, so I was happy. And I played rook d1. But that was a huge mistake. I don't even know if there was a like good move at this point. Like rook f4 is the first line. It's still bad for white, but rook f4 or even knight e4. So computer is already recommending to sacrifice in exchange at this point. But I played here thinking that I'm doing more or less okay, but it was not okay. Black played knight x c4. Knight x c4, pawn takes, queen c6, and so on. But at this moment there was a much stronger move, which I discovered actually when I checked the game when the game was over already. So there was a move, knight e to g4, sacrificing the knight. Black is threatening to give checkmate on h2. What is going to happen if we take? If we take, h takes g4, knight takes g4, second knight is on g4 right now. Black still wants to give checkmate on h2. There are not that many ways to protect. Knight f3, of course, bishop takes f3 will be played, and queen h2 checkmate. If I play f4, then pawn on e3 will be hanging, and black can take it with knight, black can take it with bishop. It's just too bad, really very bad. So it seems like the only move is a move g3. But now black takes on e3, sacrificing second knight, but with a deadly attack. So, well, let's see what is going to happen if we take this knight. Then queen takes g3, king cannot move to h1 because of this bishop. So, for example, if we play knight h2, then checkmate in two moves. Bishop takes h3, after king h1, queen h3, checkmate. If, for example, rook f2, then beautiful checkmate, queen takes g2, checkmate. If white doesn't take this knight, then I don't even know, for example, something like queen e2 maybe can be played, but then I guess knight takes d1, I don't know, king takes d1, and checkmate in 2 moves again. Queen takes g3, check, knight g2, and queen takes g2, checkmate. So to fight against 2 bishops and this queen together with knight is just not possible. That's why the game could finish after, like, I don't know, maximum 20 moves. She didn't play this move, so I managed to survive a little longer. And after rook d1, she took on c4, b takes c4, and she played queen c6. But by playing this move, she's not attacking g2 because my pawn on g2 is protected. I was actually quite surprised that I'm still, I'm still alive. I still continue playing because yeah, I was expecting to lose, as a minimum, I was expecting to lose some material on the queen side. So I played knight e2, bishop e7, now pawn on c4 is hanging, rook c1, she goes knight e4, I play knight e4. I couldn't even believe that somehow, I didn't lose any pawn, any minor piece, there is no checkmate, and my pieces finally started playing. Queen c5, I play knight d3, and she goes queen g5. And now I play this f4 move, which is not a very good move according to the ancient, but I remember that I thought, oh, finally, at least I have some play. I can play f4. I can, but by playing f4, I'm not only attacking the queen, I'm also protecting my g2 pawn. Yes, I know that when you push pawns like this, you create weaknesses. Your pawn on e3 becomes a weakness. Your that square on e4 is getting under full control of your opponent, of your opponent's pieces. I knew that, but at least I saw that after f4, f5, I will have some activity. She plays queen g3. I go here. Queen h4. And I play f5. This is another inaccuracy, another even mistake. Computer is saying that it's already not just an inaccuracy, it's a mistake at this f5 move. Yes, I knew that knight g5 can be played, but I saw that I will be fine. And why I was thinking like this? Because I just missed one move. And I'm going to show you right now. But again, why I saw that this is a good move, f5. I put pressure on this pawn. I want to play maybe rook f4. Again, my queen is protecting the second rank. Plus, maybe I want to push even f6 because I have, some secret weapon here on this diagonal. And I saw that this is not that bad plan because after knight g5, rook f4, and queen g3, I saw that I would play rook g4. Rook g4, attacking the queen, attacking the knight, so queen needs to move back, and then maybe h4 can be played, something like this, and then there will be, and now I'm attacking my opponent's queen. But I missed one move at this point, and I noticed, I think, when I played maybe rook h4, I realized that my plan is not working, because after rook g4, knight takes h3 can be played. Given check, so g takes h3 is not possible because pawn is pinned, king needs to move, and then my rook is not protected anymore on g4, and I need to, and I'm just losing material and losing the game. So when I realized that, so after queen g3, I didn't play rook g4, I played king f1, because knight h3 was a threat. So king f1, queen takes on e3, and I play rook e1. Her queen is almost trapped, but there was still one safe square, and the square is g3. I don't know exactly why she didn't play this move, because I saw that g3 square is safe. Well, because I don't even know. Well, because knight e2 is not possible. There is checkmate in just one move. I cannot attack this queen anymore. Maybe she didn't want to give me this extra time, and she was afraid that I can start, playing something like f6. I don't even know. I'm just actually f6 and f takes e6 not recommended. Rook g4 is recommended, or rook d1, which looks really weird, and even a5. Well, how can someone play a5 when there are so many activities happening on the king side? So I don't know exactly why she didn't play this move, but she decided to sacrifice her bishop here. And whether she did it like on purpose or just maybe she didn't see queen g3, I don't know. So bishop takes g2 was played. King takes, because if queen takes, then my knight on d3 will be hanging. So king takes, queen takes h3, I go king g1. Unpleasant, still unpleasant. Queen and knight attacking, and she plays e5. She plays e5. Rook takes e5. By the way, if knight takes, I think knight takes e5. Yeah, knight takes e5 was just not possible. If knight takes e5, then queen g3 check, and she's taking my rook on f4. That's why rook takes e5, bishop d6. Yes, I saw all this. Then I move back. I'm given an exchange. Bishop takes f4, knight takes f4. And I have two minor pieces for a rook, but look at my king. My king's safety, there is no safety. And even though she doesn't have that many pieces to attack, but queen and knight are really very strong. Plus her rooks are going to get into play very soon. So queen g4 check. I go here, knight g2. By the way, I want to say that, for example, this knight g2 is move number 34, so I'm in time trouble again, unfortunately. She plays rook f to d8, and I make a blunder. I make a huge mistake right now, even though it is still quite bad. It is minus 3.40 at this point for me, and I play queen c3. And if you want to understand why this move is very bad, you can pause this video and find the best continuation for black. But I'm going to show you how black played. Of course, black played rook takes d4. Why? Because queen takes d4 is not possible due to knight f3. Knight f3, check, and black is winning the queen. So when she took, it's just, yeah, this is a brilliant move, but it's quite simple move. Queen goes to e3, rook e4. Even though I think that at this moment it was already possible to play, I was actually expecting rook d1, because after rook d1, king h2, knight f3 can be played, so I need to sacrifice my queen. And if I go here, then, well, knight h3 can be played, and I again need to sacrifice my queen. I was expecting this move from my opponent, but she played rook e4, which is also a very good move. I played here, my last chance. She played here, check, and actually at this moment I resigned, because by giving the check on h3, black is protecting g7 square, and black is attacking my rook. Well, it's better, of course, to take with the rook, so it doesn't matter where I go. If I go here, she just takes. If I go somewhere here, I think she takes. Yeah, she takes with queen, with check, and well, checkmate. Checkmate is, oh, it's actually checkmate. It's already checkmate. The game is over. Yeah. So after knight h3, I resigned.